Hey guys, it's Mantis from Mantis Tech Music, and today we are reviewing the Pulsar Massive. Hey guys, it's Mantis from Mantis Tech Music, and we're back with another video. Today we are reviewing Pulsar Massive. You can obviously tell what this plugin is modeling, the Manly Massive Passive, which is an awesome mix and or mastering EQ. I feel like the Pulsar Massive actually does a really good job of giving you a lot of tools that are really useful with the Massive Passive and just overall modeling it. So yeah, let's get started. You can see obviously we have EQs on both sides. There's a left and right, or you could switch it to mid and side right here with this left or right or mid and side, and you could stereo link them. Here we got the drive, which allows you to like saturate the signal with like the characteristics of the Massive Passive. You got your gain here. You got your auto gain, which is a definitely useful tool because like after you're done EQing, this will bring whatever volume it's at to a proper state, kind of like saving you a step at the end because it'll just bring it up to where it needs to be automatically. And this is a transformer switch, and this allows you to adjust a transformer that the Massive Passive is using. And from what I saw in the manual, 1 is supposed to be like the more accurate representation of what the Massive Passive is. 2 is kind of like Pulsar's modified version of it, and then off is pretty much off. Then you got your high and low pass, so you'll be able to like roll stuff off right here. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the center. You got your left and you got your right, but since you can link them, you can just adjust one side and the other side will adjust accordingly. You got your bandwidth, you got your cues, or you can adjust how much the cue you want, or shelf, and then pretty much your frequencies where you want to make those adjustments. Pretty much you could adjust right here where you want it to be a bell or a shelf. And yeah, that's pretty much like the main face of this plugin. But this is what I'm about to show you next is where this is. If you guys are familiar with the Fab Filter EQ, you're gonna love this part. If you press this button right here, you could get a visual representation of what's happening, and it's a frequency analyzer. So you can make all those adjustments here. Click it again, you can see the whole thing. Let me scale it down so we can get it all in there. There we go. And what's really cool about this one is when you make an adjustment here, the corresponding knobs adjust accordingly. Like you can pretty much go through, set everything the way you want it, and all the knobs are just going to go right to where they need to be. It's really, really useful. So yeah, so let's see how it sounds. I got a mix loaded up. Yeah, we'll just play around with it. Auto saving, of course. Adjust the air frequencies. Just the presence. Roll-offs. And yeah, another useful thing that this plugin has is oversampling. When you're rendering out or bouncing out mixes, definitely, if you have the extra horsepower, definitely use these, because this is going to get rid of any artifacts or unwanted artifacts that occurs just in the digital format. It's at the cost of more CPU horsepower, but if you have it, definitely utilize it, because this plugin sounds awesome. And having any of the negative artifacts mitigated is definitely a big plus. And yeah, this has been the Pulsar Massive. By far, this is one of my favorite EQs in general. Even if it's from UAD, the Native Instruments soft tube modeled version of it, or this one, I've always got a good sound out of these EQs in general. I feel like Pulsar Massive does an awesome job of like representing not only the EQ, but giving you a lot of useful tools to be able to speed stuff up, also do stuff in a way where you're more familiar with. Like, for example, like I brought up the fab filter. I'm so used to using that EQ in terms of finding out where some negative frequencies are, used to notching stuff out, or used to bringing up certain areas. And having this is really useful and speeds stuff up a lot. Because I know a lot of people like playing with knobs. I do too. But the fact that when you adjust the frequency in here and all the knobs adjust accordingly, it makes everything so much easier, in my opinion, to just get an EQ to sit or make anything sit where you want it and then just move on instead of playing around with it. Yeah, you definitely want to use your ears, of course. You don't want to solely rely on the visual EQ up here, but it does do a good job of like helping you figure out where some problem areas are at. Okay, what type of characteristics you want to target. But yeah, this has been the Pulsar Massive review. If you guys want to see more EQs like this, definitely let me know in the comments, like, subscribe, and yeah, have a good one.